I just remember being on the plane for forever. I think it's like an 11 or 12-hour flight. We finally arrived into the airport, and as soon as we come in, we just start hearing people speaking to us, but we have no idea what's going on. We thought we knew Japanese in the MTC. We get to Japan, we find out like there's Japanese things coming on the intercoms. There's people like trying to talk to us, telling us where to go. We didn't have any idea what was going on. None of us had any idea. It was great. And just remember, like, somehow someone took initiative and started walking, and we all just kind of followed them. And then we were able to get like our visas, stuff like that. And as we were coming down the escalator, we just kind of looked over and we saw a white bald guy and two missionaries, and we finally knew like we made it. And like it was super surreal. It was so weird to be there, but it was so great to finally like meet my mission president. He was an amazing man. I couldn't read anything. Like, I'm super used to being able to look outside and look at the signs and just be able to understand like what's going on. You're like, oh, Frito-Lay, okay, cool, great. But when you're in Japan, like everything's in kanji, everything's in those Chinese characters, and so I had no idea what anything was. I couldn't, like, if I wasn't with my companion, I would get lost super easy because I just didn't know where anything was. Everything was new, and I couldn't read. That was like probably the first like impression that I had, other than the fact that my house was super, super small and cold. And it was kind of like fallish when I arrived in Japan, and it became winter soon after. But Japanese walls are super, super thin, and so we didn't have any insulation, so the wind would cut right through. We'd wake up in the morning and go downstairs. We lived in a little like 2-story Japanese old house, and we'd go downstairs and it'd be like 6 or 7 degrees Celsius, so it was pretty chilly. But we all slept upstairs in like the same room on the tatami, I don't know what that's called, like on the tatami mat. And we like put up a bunch of dollar store aluminum foil on the ceiling, on the wall, to try to like keep in some heat. It was an interesting time, but it was super fun to be there with all of the other elders. There were 4 of us in that apartment. For a while, like, I didn't know quite what to say, like how to begin these conversations with people, because 1, I'm an American person, and 2, they're Japanese, and 3, I don't really speak their language. I didn't know how to communicate, how to connect with these people. So at first, it was really, really hard for me to like to like kind of wave someone down, or like try to talk to someone, or sit next to someone and strike up a conversation. Like it was something that was difficult. But like one thing that I began to learn was the more I tried, and the more like I was able to just like kind of think in my head like, okay, I love you, I care about you, I'm going to try to talk to you. The more like I tried to kind of show that I cared, the more and more like that I was able to actually communicate with someone on a deeper level, and be able to like introduce gospel topics, and be able to bear testimony even just on the street. And that was something that became a really powerful experience for me. But at first it was super hard. I didn't know quite what to do or how to do it. And my companion was an extremely personable guy, and he made it look easy, and it was extremely difficult for me. But it became fun after a while.